For the sake of this tutorial, I'm not going to be making it very fancy, so my hands are going to be all in this. Don't worry about it. Hello Vixens and viewers, I'm Fox, and today I'm going to be giving you a lesson on camera angles for model horse movies. Camera angles are a key aspect of model horse films. We're working with solid, plastic, non-posable figures that have no life or action to them. The point of a model horse movie is to truly bring your plastic horses to life, and one way this is done is through camera angles you use in your film. A very important thing that is needed to pull off the best angles is a tripod, or at least a stable camera. I highly recommend the GorillaPod by Joby. You can also use common household objects if you don't want to get too fancy. An alternative tripod is a box. Before people ask in the comments, the models I'm using are the North Pole Playset Filly, Highwire, Rushmore, and the Appaloosa CC Shuffle. First we'll begin with the standard shots. These consist of 4 shots. The first shot is the wide shot. This is a view of the full body of the model, and the background is a lot clearer. This shot makes your model appear smaller and lifeless, so I don't recommend using it in model horse movies. The second shot is the medium shot. This is a shot of the upper body of the horse from the chest upwards. It excludes the legs of the horse. The shot is very useful in a very simple way, as it makes your horse appear a bit larger and gives it more life. The third shot is a close-up. The close-up is very effective for more emotional and dramatic scenes, as it really captures the emotion in the model's eyes and their entire face. The fourth and final shot is an extreme close-up. This shot is not to be used frequently, but it looks good in very dramatic scenes where you only want to see the eyes of the horse. A lot of the life in the models is conveyed through their eyes, so always keep that in mind and use it to your advantage. Now to figuring out the placement of your camera. Always make sure you shoot eye level of the model or below. Shooting from beneath the model, looking upwards, establishes power and makes them look a lot larger. This gives a more lifelike look and makes them appear bigger than they are. Shooting at eye level is common and also makes the model look larger than they are. It puts the audience at the level of the horse, making them see as though they are the height of the model. Never shoot above the model. It makes the horse look really small, and as soon as you shoot from above, you lose the life that you put into it. One of my favorite shots is an over-the-shoulder shot. Since these plastic horses can't specifically move their eyes and show you what they're looking at, this is a great way to establish that the horse is looking at something. By placing the camera behind the model, it seems as though we're looking in the direction that the horse is. Taking it above and beyond, it works especially well when you put a focal point on your subject and then move the focal point to whatever your subject is looking at, making it clear that we're supposed to see something that the model is seeing. Now into the action part. The way a horse moves is very important. Say you have a model like Highwire who is only standing on 2 hooves. Shooting his hooves as he walks makes him look very stiff and unrealistic, as he has no motion and is only walking on 2 legs. When you shoot from the chest, haunches, or upwards, it gives the horse a lot more motion because you can't clearly see that the horse is only walking on a certain amount of legs. Make sure to perfect the walking motion with models. It is important to give them a realistic walk or run and something that's not too jolting and unordinary. Add some panning to give your shot more motion and your horse truly moves. Conveying emotion in a stiff plastic horse is extremely hard, and to give your horse a real personality is something that comes with a lot of practice. One way to give your horse a lot of emotion is to pan in very slowly. If you have a close-up that slowly pans inwards, it brings a very dramatic and sad tone. If applied in the opposite way, panning in very rapidly with quick movements, as if the horse is yelling, makes it appear to be a lot more striking and amped up. When horses have a conversation, it's very important to establish who is in the conversation so the audience isn't confused. If the conversation is between 2 horses, it's always good to have those 2 horses in the shot. Shooting straight on with the 2 horses speaking for a long period of time gets very boring. Try shifting to one side, still showing both horses, but this gives the scene a lot more depth. If one horse is speaking directly to another, we can go back and use our over-the-shoulder shot trick to make it clear that the horse is being spoken to and is also paying attention. By shooting from behind the horse, looking at the speaker, we're watching from the listener's perspective and know that they are being addressed. Back to our establishing power, you can also shoot from below, showing a small bit of the horse who we are aiming to look powerless. Making the horse who is speaking to them look larger makes our subject look trapped and small in the face of whoever they're speaking with. Make sure that when you're shooting dialogue scenes with multiple horses not to use too many close-ups. It gets very confusing when there are multiple horses talking and all we see is their eyes. This can be used for dramatic effect in certain scenes, but if it's a simple conversation, we should be able to follow who is talking without a problem. Another thing important in conversations is shots of the horses to slow the scene down and relax it. If it's constant dialogue, the audience doesn't have time to listen well and understand the situation. Adding in shots of small motions and the horses reacting to what has been said helps them follow and also gives the horses a lot more personality rather than just responding straight away, maybe to tough questions. We're going to go into a very small part of action and fighting shots now. The first thing I want to touch on is when horses are smacked or thrown onto the ground. A lot of the time when I see a horse is hit, that's all. There should be 2 shots included in a scene like this. One shot would be of the horse being hit, and the second shot would be the fall. Having the fall is very important, and it shows that the horse actually did fall rather than was just hit. Sometimes this will confuse the audience if the horse is not shown falling, but shows up on the ground randomly. Adding action to the horse who threw him down is also important. If you just punch someone to the ground, would you just, stand there? When creating an injury on your horse after a smack, it is important that they are pulled out of the frame. If they're smacked in the face, smack them in a way that they can turn out of the frame from the impact, and in the following shot, turn them back into the frame, now with a wound on your face that you applied between the shots. I hope this tutorial on camera angles has helped you all bring your models to life. Make sure to subscribe for more model horse movie making tutorials and give this video a thumbs up if you want more. I'll do my best to answer your questions in the comments. I love you all my lovely vixens. Have a beautiful day. Bye! Fight.